Hey everyone, Maria here with Fourth Dimension Tarot. Thanks so much for joining me today. Just a couple things before we get going. Zymurcracy Bar on Saturday from 1 to 2:30. It may last longer. We're going to do some educational sessions and pulling some free readings. So if you're in the community of Rapid City, South Dakota, come join me. Second thing is we have a symposium going on the 20th. I said the 30th in a video. It's actually September 20th, which is a Saturday. And you can attend virtually. And it's going to be a deep dive into the esoteric, how to tap into your intuition, how to move forward with tarot, understanding it a little bit farther, as well as tapping into your gifts. So if you're interested in that, email me at Fourth Dimension Tarot. I am still taking readings on occasion, so the calendar's up to speed, I think. And so if you just check the link below, and if you want a personal reading, put that in there. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I am reading for somebody who's been through it, okay? This is a collective reading. This was on my heart. I'm actually leaving to go back home to Sodak. And before I leave, I wanted to get a reading out. Wow. Okay, tell me more. I prayed and meditated before this. I get it. I'm going to tell you all about it, but this is pretty incredible. I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of being told. I see. Okay. I think you got a lot going on in your life. I think that you were dealing with a place or a space of you were the punching bag. I don't know what else to say. I feel like they're talking ish about you since a breakup has occurred, and you're quiet. You're being quiet. You're focused on self, and you've had to go within. You might be focused on your money, for sure. Balance. First card out is balance. Okay? And it's over a person. I feel it could be a relationship and or a personal relationship, like a boss, where they didn't pay you. And I don't think that this is somebody who's balanced. I'm just saying that you might have been in an unrequited situation, wave of emotions, anger management, where I feel like, okay, I'm going to get deep here, sorry, but I feel like maybe if you're going through an awakening, you're focused on, and I'm getting like head to toe chills, so I feel like I'm going to confirm, you're going through an awakening. Part of the reason that you're in this situation is maybe you had some imbalance as a child. Somebody used to yell at you, or you were concerned about how do they see you or perceive you. It was a trigger. It was, I'm worthy, I'm enough. And if somebody shared pertinent information about you or publicly humiliated you or tried to, manipulate the narrative, that might be a trigger for you. And I feel like that's probably something you're overcoming, is a situation where it's a partner and or a boss, something like that, because it feels like my worth is tied to it. So it could be your own self-esteem, it could be financial. But I feel like you're walking away from this because of that. The next one is release and renew. I'm not even kidding. And I just talked about this, navigating the canoe, yesterday, and it feels very much like that. Is you're letting go and you're welcoming new things. So whatever you were holding on to for justice, I think you just gave it to the divine and said, you know what? I'm not going to try to control this thing. I'm going to sit quietly in the canoe and float and just allow it to take me to where I'm supposed to go. If that isn't enough confirmation, you have gentle release. And the gentle release is, I release this with love and light. I say it all the time. I get projection thrown at me often if I'm not reading that person's entire reading on a community or whatever. It doesn't matter. But it feels like the maturity of stepping back and saying, okay, maybe this doesn't have anything to do with me. This has got to do more with them, not getting their wishes fulfilled, their ego, because I walked out and I'm a person of character and integrity. And if I walk out, what's that say about them? So they have to hurry up and change the narrative and save face. But people know, they know the person that's, I feel, creating the stink about you. They know, they're not stupid. So people can see through this. And I don't think there's a lot of validity or weight given to the words coming out of their face. I just want to say. So this is, I feel, your sense of justice is not reacting to the bitey, to the temperamental, finger pointy accusation. And the irony is karma, right? So whatever is set out returns to them. It's a boomerang. So if I put out into the universe this, that, and the other, I'm going to be attracting this, that, and the other, more and more of it. So just be mindful that this person is possibly going to walk into another situation with somebody that they've been attracting based on their negative communication. So let me give you an example. If I started saying this person did this and this, and they cheated and they lied and this and that, more than likely I'm going to get more of that. That's kind of what I feel is going on. So I think you change your goals up. You have a different goal and you're hitting the target. I'm so excited. So the whole premise of Fourth Dimension, my channel, the name of it, comes from a blue book that is used in recovery. And on page 8 and on page 25, it talks about launching and catapulting, rocketed into a fourth dimension of existence where we're to know peace, usefulness, and a way of life that is incredibly more wonderful as time passes. Doesn't that sound wonderful? It's very similar to my favorite scripture, Jeremiah 29:11-14. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for a hope and a future, for prosperity and for peace. None of this is for the negative, for a lesson, but this is a lesson. This was a lesson of what you won't tolerate, how you won't accept less. And it's about your version of your higher self that you're manifesting forward into the current. I don't know what else to say, because that's the goal. That's your goal. You might have a number, a place, partnership, something, but it says get out and be inspired to keep working towards your life purpose. That is, I think, what you're doing is you're releasing a full-time partner, full-time job. It's just like you let go and you're letting the parachute carry you to a safety kind of vibe. 29:11-14, Jeremiah, just saying. So that being said, you're expanding your mind. I think you had outdated, expired, disused, old news and discarded, and it's in the reverse. So two things. One, I feel like you've released this version of yourself that no longer serves you. I've been talking about pouring new wine into old skins and they burst, right? That's what they're talking about, is the rebirth that you're going through, whoever I'm reading for, the change of mind, the change of heart, the open-mindedness, the willingness, the honesty at all costs, unless so would injure somebody, but you're being truthful when somebody asks you an opinion, and you're sticking up for people, I feel, or yourself in a manner of way or a fact or in a version that you possibly would have been quiet about because of fear. And I think you're not doing that. I think it's just the old you is outdated. It just doesn't fit. Time to, I always say, I'm not the person who I used to be. This, God willing, end of this month, I'll celebrate 5 years of recovery. And if you look back 5 years ago, it seems like a minute, but in reality, that was a lot of growth, a lot of change I've had to do to be hopefully a better version than I was back then. I'm not making the same dumb mistakes I did back then, but I've also learned from those mistakes. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I got a long way to go. But that's the vibe I get, is you're walking away from people that I think abuse you, that put you in harm's way on purpose, use you, possibly have taken advantage of you, or your kindness for weakness. Maybe it feels very much like a one-sided relationship you're discarding because you're trying to get your feet grounded. I hate nothing about you. This person who loved you tremendously, I feel, also, this is the weird thing. It's a love-hate relationship. So you might be dealing with a little bit of covert narc going on, but it feels a little bit like they love to hate you. So you're the enemy, you're the public enemy number one in this person's life, but you're also, you're living free rent in this person's head 24/7. But it feels like compete at all levels, win at all costs. I feel like you're coming out of insecurity. You're not insecure anymore, and you're tired of all the nonsensical extracurricular usage, insanity that surrounds that. And this person may be running around not trying to set the record straight, where I feel you are. I'm sorry. I feel like you don't have to. I don't even think you're saying anything. I feel you're sitting quiet. You're letting the pieces fall. I feel like you're coming into a celebration right now. Could be, it feels like, I did a reading like a month ago where I said you competed for a job and did not get it, only to get something better, like the bus is coming, and you missed the bus, or the bus is there, all the seats were taken, or it was given to somebody else, and you just sat patiently on the curb, and here comes a limo, right? That's the vibe I get. I feel like you have people around you sending you projecting some things on you, or saying negative things about you. They're in their feels, and you are pretty much DGAF, that's the old Mario ain't too far behind him with my mouth. I gotta be honest with you, but the DGAF is like, whatever, feel what you gotta feel, and it's not negative. It's just like, I've earned this. I've worked my tail off. I've promoted myself, and somebody recognized your worth, and I feel like you got an attention, whether it be in a relationship or a business. I feel like you're single, but I feel like you're almost in another relationship, or you're excited, or you're willing to be in another relationship. You have spiritual bath here in a new outlook with secrets. You might have found some divination garbage happening behind the scenes that kept you. Thank you for that. I love it when I get validation. And you're just chilling. You trust in your divine God, your Holy Spirit, Yeshua, all your tribe members to carry you. There they are. Usa, sitting on the mountaintop, enjoying who you're supposed to be. I feel like the secrets might have been hidden emails, hidden language, some kind of backbiting, two-faced communication of your fan, or your number one person may have been communicating with somebody else. But it feels like you're just trying to find balance. It's accept those things you cannot change, courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I didn't understand that for the longest time. I can't change anybody but me. That's all I can change. And when you think about it, it takes a lot to change me. 5 years so far to understand that I have no control, have no power on the outcome, to release everything. Isn't that crazy? This whole recovery thing has been letting go, not adding to. Sorry, I'm making the table shake here a little bit. I have daydream. Somebody's daydreaming about you. You're daydreaming about your future. I feel like your third eye is opening. And didn't I say the parachute, trusting the parachute to take you, hands off the wheel, and you're just floating in the universe? Somebody took a risk, and now they're working with shadow self. It's good to know. Good to know. I'm going to pick 2 more, and then I'm going to pull some tarot. Anything else for this read, Spirit? Coming out of toxic. Love that. Coming out of toxic. I felt like this was an upright deck. There might be a pregnancy test somehow about a failed, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's on the bottom of the deck, so it might be hidden information. But I feel like you're coming out of toxic thinking, toxic relationships, toxic, any kind of toxicity. That's the balance, is you're trying to discern what is toxic. Is this love? Is this codependency? Is this control? Like, what is it? You kind of vibe. Keeping you a secret. Somebody might have kept this relationship a secret. You might be keeping something else a secret. I already know the tea. Look at that. Totally unbothered. Love it. And it might be, again, I'm getting work, relationship, as well as partner. So I'm not sure what you're doing or who you're working with. But I feel like if this is something that resonates with you, I almost want to say slow down. There's a lot of energy coming in that's highly promiscuous, trying to get back And it's very much like if I just lock it in, we're okay. Everything's fine. And I'd be very cautious with that energy because I don't think they've done much changing. Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. That's the past energy. And it means very much like getting up every morning and going to a job you hate. Not feeling valuable, mind-numbing, mechanical, want, time to make the donuts kind of vibe. That's the vibe. Whether it be in a relationship or in work. I'm going to keep progressing. I'm going to keep doing the grind. I'm going to keep showing up. But I'm bored out of my mind. But it's consistent, right? It's consistent. Tell me more about this reading, please. It's resilient, too. Here we come. I'm not even kidding. It's regarding money, you changing, you having a passionate conversation regarding, it might be a legal situation that somebody didn't pay you and they should have. You're getting, if you went to court over payment that somebody owes you, you're winning. Sorry if I kind of broke, surprise, you get the money, yay. It's going to happen in your time. And good karma is as a result, it's good news. You're getting a new job, a better job. And I have 2 jobs. I mean, this is very much wish fulfillment. And if you look at that, both of these, only maybe you don't know, but because you closed the cycle, stood for yourself, integrity, did the right thing, prepared your notes, all the things in the stuff, and you communicated your wishes, ironically, and applied, I feel like you're having the Wheel of Fortune multiple times. So whoever I'm reading for, you left a crappy job, and you're going to something extraordinary where you're passionate about it. It also might mean starting your own sense of like your own platform, your own job, your own business. It's like an experience you'll never get again. So you're doing it. This is childlike faith, childlike innocence. Could be with this Queen of Swords. And I feel like this is you. Male or female, Queen of Swords is you speaking your truth. Somebody from your past, I feel, wants to come back and communicate with you. You're speaking your truth to them. Knight of Pentacles to Justice. This is going to give you, if you're dealing, I feel like you got several things happening. You have a past energy who took advantage of you. Straight up. No doubt. Emotionally, financially, all the things and the stuff. You learned from this. You moved on. Now they want to come back. And they say they've changed. Let's talk about that because they're saying they're not toxic anymore. They're saying, I have healed this thing, right? In the past, I feel like they're not only keeping secrets, they might have not told you about a third party that you already know. You already know. Maybe they were talking ish about you and one of their friends came back and said, hey, you need to know something. They're talking ish about you. It's using your discernment to go back into an old cycle or to go to something different. You are honest and truthful. You're frank, and it's not the name Frank, but you're very curt. You're very protective over your energy. You've done a lot of work. You're found balance and you're trying to find your independence. I feel like it's about independence. Maybe you're somebody who likes to be in a relationship all the time or not alone, or you like to have surface level relationships. Not negative. Don't kill the messenger because of these kind of situations where you're put in, you're cautious. Okay, I feel like this anger management kind of goes back. Somebody's going to get pissed off when they find out that you're not willing to commit because of the situation is my point. So you might be pulling back. Maybe I wasn't clear, but you might be somebody who has had a few of these situations where you've been the recipient of the overgiving. You've been overgiving, and now because of people that you've put your faith, love, trust, and energy in, have taken it to the 9th degree multiple times. So you're either in a repetitive relationship at a distance where I feel like there's one-sided give and take at the same level you give. I feel like you've released it and gone on to something else or a business, but I feel like you're finally standing in your space of truth. This person might be facing legal issues with the Justice card. I'm kind of getting that, but I do feel it's karma. I said that in a reading yesterday. Karma is just cleaning house. The universe balancing the scales, excuse my fingernails, but it's very much just what you've put out right? In money and time and energy and travel and all the things. And it was one-sided and you didn't know it. It doesn't matter if you knew it. It's your time to shine. Money, money, money. But it comes in 2 different forms. You might end up with a wonderful relationship that comes to fruition. I have the Sun here with the Knight of Pentacles at the end of Justice. You've been dealing with this person a very long time. I don't see a world yet, but this is bringing you happiness, this new job, this person coming back. Page of Swords, honest conversation. So now I have a Page of Swords with a Page of Wands. And this might have been a delayed message that they were trying, or they just tried to send you information. You didn't get it. Check your spam, that sort of thing. But they all, I think, are going to try to have a conversation to come forward and tell you the truth. Because now I have the Queen of Swords to the King of Pentacles to Justice to the 7 of Swords to the Strength, which is where I kind of want you to go, discern. Is this person genuine and accurate? Is this person doing have they done the work? The 7 of Cups, missed opportunity, multiple responsibilities, lots of options. They might think you are busy. I have the Tower to the 3 of Wands, to the 9 of Pentacles, to the 10 of Pentacles, to the Fool, to the 8 of Cups. Whatever they were doing, they're leaving behind. They're leaving the past toxicity behind, I feel, to come forward and have a conversation with you. Male or female, skin suit, doesn't matter. And it might even be a past employer coming back and amending the situation as well. You might get 2 apologies. One from the, that's just my vibe. Yeah, because I have the 3 of Pentacles. It could be both work and relational. Page of Cups to the 10 of Cups to the 2 of Wands to the Hierophant. This is a long-standing commitment. We're going from a page to the 10. So they really want to communicate their 10 of Cups. You are wish fulfillment for this person. Missed opportunity, made a bad choice, chose a king. It doesn't matter. So it feels more like this person's trying to take the Emperor, male or female, it doesn't matter. Just taking the initiative. The King of Wands kind of vibe came to me. But more so, they're all balanced. I'm going to come forward as the Emperor and talk about my strategy with the Queen of Wands. It could be the same person in masculine form, if it's a woman coming, or a feminine saying, okay, I'm taking initiative to go after what I want. Could be a business owner, could be 2 people. There's that King of Wands I just said, passionately offering you this for a long-term commitment. It could be relational, it could be work-wise, it doesn't matter. It's a both. They're getting over, the death to the devil. Can't show you the devil very long. You know how it goes. You know the drill, but that's the idea. Is I'm putting to death 2 things. Putting to death the things that don't serve me, the toxicity, the negative people, the blah, 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 the drinking, the using, whatever it is. I'm putting it to death. But I'm also wanting to come back and rebirth a situation, even though I'm going through a spiritual awakening or glow up. So if you, I feel, have detached from a person in the last 3 months, 6 months, and you have taken enough space to heal your wounds, maybe even a year. It feels older, but it feels like this is a long-standing commitment, relationship, friendship, job, but you've taken enough, there's enough time and distance for you to have gone back in and found and healed all, unpack the secrets that you didn't think you know about, all the trauma, the drama, and you've dealt with a lot of this. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is the universe balancing everything out for the betterment of your good. It doesn't matter in what way it's packaged. It does make you feel happy. Maybe I feel the apology helps. Maybe closure helps, but you're going to be very victorious. You're moving on to the next thing. You're looking back to see what fulfills you. 9 of Cups to the 7. Or 7 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups. That's pretty impressive. And it's a wish fulfillment, right? You've been working hard at yourself, finding balance. That Temperance and balance, the same thing. And the balance, the Temperance is Michael the Archangel. This is the cup you used to have, and you poured into this cup. Now it's this turn to pour back into you. So Michael's just balancing out all the energy, all right? Balancing it back into your cup. Self-love, right? Healing energy, knowing your worth and value, stepping into your truth, and speaking it. This is really awesome, actually. This is a very powerful reading. I'm so glad I did this on the way out the door. So this is good times. You're defending yourself, looking at it. You're having conversation about this passionate new individual, but it's very much, it's a challenge, but you're stepping into this defending what you know is true, defending your worth, defending your position. And it's kind of a big deal, because you might have felt trapped in this past relationship with this third party relationship from forever with this person. Now that they want to come forward, they may want to rush in. I kind of had that feeling yesterday when I kept talking about the pretty woman coming in on, you know, whatever. Watch the video, you know what I'm talking about. But this feels like that same level energy. They're dropping that other party, I feel, and coming in. But I feel like you're holding back. You both might be catching up on some money. I think you are more than they are. And you're going to have to pull back not only your energy, but it's time to receive. That's the feeling I have. And you're going to have to make this decision, because it's a death rebirth, and that closes the cycle out. You're sitting in judgment. I'm told to stop it there. I'm going to stop it there, because I think that's all you need to know for the time being, because each situation, I'm just saying, each situation is different, and you're going to have to discern if you want to go back to this job. Have you have you capitated? If this past person has really done the work, or is this just a fix? Who knows? But I feel like you put some boundaries down, and it's just too far. And even if it's not physical distance, it feels like you're not close enough to build on this thing. So it feels situational, even though it may not be. If you live at a distance, it's just not really capable to invest, because you're not even in the same state, i.e. or country. So this is like a lot. You are so in your Zen mode. You're just trying to focus on self, go to work every day, do the next right thing, praying for a blessing and for direction, and your tribe is showing up. I think you've been manifesting this relationship for a long time. But I feel like it's not bad. Your person is super depressed. They're cautious. They might have some issues. They might have some issues with running away, or at least past energy of running away. Several of you won't entertain this, and several of you will. But I think a lot of you are moving on to something that you might have just met somebody as well. I'm just keeping it real. Or you're going back to somebody that you really care and love about. It's just depending on this just feels very much like, okay, this cycle's over. And it's over. I heard Taylor Swift. That's what I heard. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to leave it there. Taylor was like, it's over. Really, we're done here. It's over. So I want you to know, all y'all, this is great energy. You, I feel, are standing in your truth and knowing your worth and setting your boundaries everywhere. And that's great. Don't worry about, because you're speaking your truth, of how other people take it, because your IDGAF is showing up and a little bit like, well, you still might. You asked my opinion. I gave it to you. This is how I feel. That's that judgment card. And I think you released all this anyways to the divine, and you're just moving on for the betterment of you. Could not be more proud of you. If you want a personal reading, dig into this. The link is in the description box below. We'll unpack it together. Again, Zymurcracy in Rapid City this Saturday, as well as school on Saturday morning. And on the 20th of September, we're having the symposium. You don't have to be live. We're doing it virtual as well. More deets if you email me at fourthdimensiontarot@gmail.com, or look at the box below. Love and light. Y'all have a great time. Have a great weekend. And chin up. It's going to be all right. Take care. Bye.